Hey guys, this is another list that nobody asked for, and honestly, I just want to do it just because why not? Here's my top 15 villains from the Hunter x Hunter story. At 15 and 14, you've got guys like Beno and Genthru, who are just arc-specific problems, but still left an impact. Beno was just straight up unsettling, while Genthru was just blowing people up just because. At 13 and 12, you have Zazan and Chitu, who show two sides of the Chimera Ant issue. One is overly arrogant, and the other one was fast but painfully dumb. Just great characters, honestly. As we move up, the villains will start to get personal and dangerous in different ways. You have Poof, who wasn't just strong, but very manipulative, always trying to control Meriwym's actions, and I thought he was just really funny. Franklin and Uvogan were simple yet effective. They were just very destructive. No real extra fluff, and I like that. And at 8, we have Phaeton, who took that destructive step just a little further because he actually enjoyed the pain he caused, which makes him a lot more disturbing, and I kind of like that. Then you have Illumi, who's just sick and just ruins people mentally. He's not loud, but he's probably one of the most evil people in the series because of how deeply he controlled Killua's mind, and that just rubbed almost everybody the wrong way. And not only that, his parents are low-key villains too. At 6, I have Silva and his wife, who really raised a child in a killing system and called it love, which is insane when you think about it. They represent the idea that sometimes your first villain is your own family, and I know many of you guys can relate to this. It's not funny, but it is funny. Then you have Corolla and Hisoka, who are pretty much on the same level. Corolla is calm, intelligent, and leads chaos in a very self-righteous way, while Hisoka is just purely unpredictable. One is controlled evil and the other is chaos without a leash. And they're both dangerous for different reasons, but I would give the edge to Hisoka because he just seems less driven, while Chrollo is more evil out of survival's sake. Then you have Pitou, who shows up and changed the entire tone of the story. That's when Hunter x Hunter stopped feeling safe, and you realize that consequences are real. Her killing quite literally changed everything. No remorse at all, and caused someone like Gon, who has such a pure heart, to become the literal devil. I mean, honestly, she could be number one, but there are people above her. And one of those people is no other than Meriwym, who's probably one of the best written villains in the series. He starts off as the ultimate monster, but somehow becomes more and more human than everyone else, which flips the idea of who is good and who is evil. He's still an antagonist, but in a beautiful way. And one thing he did was make it very hard to root against him. But because he's not human, he is considered monstrous in the world of Hunter x Hunter. And before I get to number 1, there are some honorable mentions, and I can't really rate them because there's just not enough info on them. And the first person is Beyond Netero. He just feels like the final boss of the story, but it's implied that he's just dangerous and not really evil. Like, in a way, he could lead to the end of civilization. And the other person is Sarainik, but only because of the emotional connection we have to Karapika, so it's much easier to hate him. He's just casually holding all of the Curtis clan's eyeballs, just in a storage somewhere, not really even caring about it. So he has the potential to become the worst person in the story simply because we all hated him from the jump. He really didn't have to do anything but exist to just become the most hated. And finally, at number 1, I believe Mireena is the future villain of this story. If you haven't read the Blackwell arc, then you need to get acquainted. She's not just strong, she's building chaos like it's a system, creating more destruction through people. That's what makes her scary because she doesn't even fight. She just spreads like a virus, which could lead to the deaths of everybody in this story that we all care about. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody.